Imagine catching this in your feed next week. Headlines screaming, AI stocks collapse. NVIDIA and AMD lead the crash, or AI market skyrocketing. Everest levels for NVIDIA, AMD, and an entire sector. And you can't afford to be watching reruns, because if you don't know what's about to hit, you're either one frozen on the sidelines as portfolios triple or implode, and that's exactly why this deep dive matters. Because right now, every second counts, and if you blink, you'll miss the technical support levels where millions in automated trades are queued, the earnings catalyst hiding in plain sight, and the macroeconomic tipping points that could suddenly turn momentum into a domino collapse or a rocket launch scenario. So let me guide you step by step through why NVIDIA and AMD are literally the epicenters of an AI stock showdown that could define U.S. markets in 2025. We're talking NVIDIA's latest quarterly earnings, which shattered expectations. Data center revenue surged past $XX billion, fueling a euphoric rally, yet with PE ratios flirting with the 80s and valuations stretched to the brink. The buzz among institutional investors is that a swift pullback could be inbound unless upcoming guidance surprises. Now, on the flip side, AMD has been quietly skyrocketing thanks to its next-gen AI chips landing in new servers, news of high-profile partnerships, and bullish revisions by top analysts. But beneath the surface, mild signs of throttled demand and slowing PC orders raise the question: is AMD's ascent sustainable or built on fragile hype? We're decoding there. Earnings reports, earnings calls, insider trading trends, and whispers around chip sector congressional hearings, while also keeping a laser-sharp eye on Federal Reserve minutes, CPI data, global supply chain signals, and semiconductor inventories. Because a minor shift in inflation prints or an offhand comment from Fed leadership could flip sentiment overnight. Imagine automated trading bots triggering a cascade if NVIDIA breaks through key moving averages or short sellers piling in aggressive puts on AMD. This isn't theoretical. These moves are on the edge of happening as we speak. And for U.S. investors and traders, timing those trigger zones is mission critical. Whether you're swing trading, hedging, or building a long-term position, you need to know where to stand in this battlefield. We'll show you where weekly support and resistance lines are drawn, where volume pockets are stacking up, and why $XXX price target revisions from analysts at Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley signal a possible re-rating ahead of next quarter's guidance. Plus, we'll highlight how ETF flows into key AI-focused funds like BOTZ and SKYY are amplifying sector momentum and feeding back into NVIDIA and AMD's share prices, creating a virtuous cycle. And if you miss it, someone else will ride that wave and leave you watching TV. This breakdown is for anyone who cares about financial independence, beating inflation or outperforming the market, not just casual viewers. And if you're still here, your financial future just got an upgrade. You'll learn 3 tactical plays tailored to your risk style. First, for aggressive traders, we'll deep dive into high-delta option strategies around upcoming earnings events for NVIDIA and AMD, with clear entry and exit zones, profit targets, and stop-loss rules. Second, for modern investors, we'll outline a scaling-in plan across dips toward those key support levels, with a watch list of related AI names that could act as leverage. Third, for conservative, holders will guide you through risk management techniques like collars and defined risk channel investments that lock in gains if the rally accelerates or soften the blow if the market recoils. And while we're doing all this, we'll also be your personal market radar, flagging news like massive semi-equipment orders from foundries, updated AI framework adoption stats from NVIDIA's ecosystem lifts, GPU supply constraints overseas, as well as any surprises in chip export policy or China U.S. tensions, which would all ignite flash rallies or rapid sell-offs. You'll see exactly how each headline could push NVIDIA and AMD to new highs or flush gains in minutes. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with a crystal clear roadmap of what's coming, what to watch, and what to do before the next big move hits. And if you walk away confused or unchecked, you risk replaying regrets of should have bought more or why didn't I sell sooner, stories that echo around retail. Investors every time a tech bubble bursts, but if you stay engaged from start to finish, you'll join those who got in early, adjusted along the way, and either soared or protected well. Because yes, NVIDIA and AMD could lead this market higher than ever before, but they could also trigger the sharpest sector correction we've seen in years. And your next decision could be the difference between portfolio euphoria or portfolio chaos. So don't scroll away. Don't pause the world. You're about to see the exact chart levels, option strike zones, institutional positioning, ETF flow analysis, macro triggers, and risk frameworks that top hedge funds use before they make their big bets. And we'll translate all of it so you can replicate smart moves with your capital. No fluff, no filler. Just real-time signals and actionable insight that, if ignored, could cost you thousands or even hundreds of thousands, depending on your exposure. That's right. What happens in the next 48 to 72 hours could make or break your annual returns. So if you're serious about getting ahead, you got to stay with me now. We'll note the earnings date windows for NVIDIA and AMD, plus upcoming Fed-based book release and semiconductor industry trade shows where surprises often drop. We'll also monitor daily volume spikes, dark pool activity, and whether insider executives are dumping or loading shares, because these are often the precursors to potential breakouts or breakdowns. And whether you trade weekly, monthly, or are setting up for multi-year positions, these insights will either amplify your results or keep you from drowning in knee-jerk panic. So here's what to do next. Keep your eyes glued, follow the chart annotations and cues that pop up on screen. Treat this as your financial alert siren. And by the time we wrap up, you'll have your personalized action plan based on your style. Whether you're targeting 10 to 20% swing profits, hedging out exposure before earnings, or laying the groundwork for a 5x hold over the next few years. And if you think this is hype, check back tomorrow, because the moves won't wait, and your chance of position to close in hours. Ready or not, the next chapter in the AI stock saga is upon us. And if you miss it, someone else will be telling your story. Stay locked in, keep pace, and let's go make the moves that matter.